Hey traders, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about breakout candles. So in this video, we're just going to discuss, or we're going to look at finding them, what they look like, and a little bit about, I guess, how to use them, but I won't go into too much detail because I have a whole other video coming on that. So this is more about identifying them. So a breakout candle, you guys, just to make it really easy for you, when we have a zone or a key level or a key area, a supply and demand level zone, whatever you want to call it, okay? Basically, these are areas of support and resistance, right? And we all know what those are. Basically, you can draw them in with lines. So they're just areas where price has attempted to break in the past but are unable to do it, or areas that price have kind of acted or kind of found support on, okay? So they could not break down, all right? That's what we call support. And then you can box them in. There are a variety of different ways to do that. We won't get into all that stuff today, or this video will be like an hour long. But once you have those levels, however you find them, if you're more comfortable drawing a line, draw a line. What we're looking for is a long-bodied candle, okay, like this one, that breaks out of those areas. Now, I don't have all these areas drawn in, so we're actually going to draw a couple. Now, we'll just do lines for the sake of this video, because I don't want to confuse you with how I draw my zones. It's a little bit intricate. But we're going to draw a resistance line, okay? I will tell you my resistance lines, I don't fuss over how accurate they are. A general rule of thumb is I like to see my line go through as many wicks as I can. But you guys, the reason I don't stress over that is price is never going to respect a line, okay? There's too much volatility with the foreign exchange market. It's going to respect a level much more. So if we were to box around this, okay, that would be the area I work within, probably smaller than that, but you get the idea, right? So I don't concern myself with perfect entry of support and resistance lines. If you do, if your mentor does, that's totally fine. We all do things a little different, but I'm just explaining my method here, okay? Now, when we see price break above, okay, or below a resistance or support line, that would be a breakout. So let's actually look at this guy here. So this is a resistance line, or yeah, this is a resistance line right here. But if we go back, we can probably see that it acted as support, which we can see, okay, a few times there. Now I'm not going to go super far back if we don't see many touches, but you get the idea. It has acted as support, okay? Now, when we come back here, okay, so we would have had this line drawn in. Generally, you want to have support and resistance marked above and below current price, okay? So when price is here, you would have had this guy marked in, all right, or at least an area close to this. Here we can see a breakout, okay, of that area. All right, I'm going to call it an area. I'm not going to call it a line because we would have had an area drawn in here. Once we see this break, we can go to the lower time frame, okay, and spot for entry. Now, it's going to be difficult for me to find that because, yeah, it's going to be a little bit difficult because I'm on the 4-hour chart, you guys. So let me find something a little bit closer. We can even look at, let's draw another line in the middle of all this chaos here, okay? So we have like a mini resistance area right here, okay? If we go to the 15-minute, we're gonna see, yeah, so we can see that this was on the 15-minute, definitely an area of resistance, okay? And over here, we should see price break through it. Now, we're not seeing it in one candle. Normally, you do want to see it in one candle, but if we had an area drawn in, we would see that a lot better. But essentially, you guys, what we're seeing is that with this candle here, we're breaking through that area, okay? And we have a mini change of direction, all right? Oftentimes with pairs, what will happen is when you break an area, price will come back down and touch that same area, okay, which it did in this case. Now, I will warn you with UJ, okay, because it's such a volatile pair and there's always news coming out surrounding it, and there's so many traders trading it, we don't always get that touch, okay? Sometimes price will just break right on down through, and it becomes really difficult then to trade the pullback method. So I do find trading the breakout method a lot better with this pair. We'll get into more detail on that later. We're just looking at these breakout candles right now and kind of identifying them, okay? This is another breakout candle here. I can tell by the body. So if we mark in our resistance area here, okay, which we can see a couple touches, a little bit of slippage there, but that's fine. And then later on, we have price breaking above that. And essentially all that's telling us is that we're having a change in direction, okay? And that's it, you guys, really. So the breakout candles are just really long-bodied candles that show you a change in direction, all right? They show you a break of an area. So it's kind of self-explanatory, but we have a really nice break here too, you guys. So this is actually a zone I have drawn in, and this is a breakout candle, right? Because it's breaking above. And it should close above too. If we just have a wick there, we don't want to use that, but we did get a break here. So I'm hoping price will continue on up. That's what I'm looking at for this pair right now. That's all I really have to say about breakout candles. We will get into more detail later in future videos on how exactly I use them and stuff like that. This is something I go over in detail with my students, the breakout method and the pullback method and how we utilize breakout candles and all that good stuff. If you have any specific questions, please leave them in the bottom, and please subscribe if you like this video and want to see more like this. Thanks.